Call regular council meeting to order November the 18th, 7 o'clock. City Hall. Are there any additions to the agenda? I have one that's not gonna be here. Greg is not gonna be, so you can cross the executive session off at the bottom. Citizen comments. Consent agenda. Under citizen comments, I guess I should say, I asked Kevin Davis to come by when we get to talking about the extension on the sewer and water mains on West Street, and I asked Kevin to come in. He'll have some input, I think. I'd entertain a motion to approve the minutes of regular council meeting, November the 4th, 2025.
Motion to approve regular council meeting minutes, November 4th, 2025.
Motion on the table by Mark Bryant. Aaron seconded it. Any more discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Passes 4-0. Let it show that Aaron Raines is on the phone and Sarah Wolf is not here. I'd entertain a motion for appropriation ordinance 111825 AP in the amount of $76,641.75. Somebody wants to make a motion?
Make a motion to approve appropriation ordinance number 111825 AP in the amount of $76,641.75.
Motion on the table by Mark Brandt. Here a second. Second by Aaron Raines. Any more discussion? All in favor? Passes 4. Wait a minute.
Yeah, you said aye.
4-0. I'd entertain a motion for petty cash in the amount of $391.43.
Make a motion for petty cash in the amount of $391.43.
Motion on the table by Mark Bryant, second by Aaron Raines. All in favor? All opposed? Comes down to electric department. Curtis?
I got nothing.
Okay. And Jason Wyatt's not here.
Only question I have for streets is, are they going to, what are they gonna open 5th? Are they gonna wait for Santa Fe to cure, or are they gonna be able to open?
I am not sure about finding
I
out.
can't
haven't
answer
heard.
that.
And then the other question I've gotten is, it's been more than 2 weeks since they poured the two halves, or the two ends, and so I've been asked multiple times if they're gonna open at least to like Hample Oil, so that you can cut in, because that's been poured more than 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So even if they can just open some of it up, it'd be good.
I'm pretty sure they won't open the south end because we got a little issue with the sewer down there.
Okay.
We had to jackhammer some of those concrete out to repair the sewer. So that will be closed a little while longer.
Okay.
I have a question in regards to 5th. Do you have any idea when Jason is going to be putting up any street signs, speed signs, things like that?
Probably when we know when they're gonna open, we'll have to make sure we get that posted before.
If I'm not mistaken, I think they were working on Bill Maston's driveway, because I heard a whole bunch of
Yes.
jackhammering, so I think they're
That's the sewer
satisfying
issue
him.
that they were working on.
Oh, okay. All right, good. Yeah, that's all I have. Thank you.
I was with Jason on Saturday morning for, till about 2 o'clock, and we looked at 5 things. We looked at the railroad approaches on both sides of the railroad. We looked at the water out by the addition on the sewer, and he thinks there's a 2-inch water line on the west side of West Street. But he was gonna do some exploratory digging, but he's going to a meeting, and so that'll probably happen sometime this week when he gets back. If there's a line there, then it's only a matter of about 8 foot to put a can in, and the water will be took care of. We looked at the railroad. We're gonna bring that rock off the sides on a Sunday so we can watch for trains and all that and see how much trouble we get into.
You
Unless
seriously
somebody
going
is-
to?
Unless somebody's got an objection.
I don't know, I got in trouble for 2 barrels sitting by my garage door.
I think
Yeah, we just got a violation letter today that there is some like metal drums that he set out literally right against the power plants, and we got a letter saying that you have to move that. You can't have that.
Maybe
That's
we better
how-
back up.
I'll just say, and we're also posting these videos on YouTube.
Yes,
so
I would not advise that.
there's not gonna be any.
No.
There's not gonna be. Oh, we didn't know.
Yes.
Because it's gonna be.
I could talk
That's
to
transparency.
Kyle,
Yeah.
he's a maintainer, and see if I can get permission or talk to somebody.
Yeah.
I will say, we did get in trouble for fighting fire that was burning on the railroad tracks. They told us not to do that.
It is very
I'm
touchy
aware.
subject.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. The railroad is very
Yeah, go ahead and let us
strict
know
on their
about
right
that.
of way.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
let it burn. They just said, let it burn.
Wow.
Well, I guess we won't do that. I just was trying to,
I mean,
Kevin was here pretty unhappy last meeting.
it'd be nice if we had more say, because those crossings in this town are horrible.
They
Yeah.
are.
I wish we had more of a say to say you need to maintain those, because
If you
we
get
have
the track
citizens
leads,
that use
it's
them.
not gonna be a good deal.
Do what?
If you get the track leads coming out of the bungalow, it's not gonna be a good deal.
Danny, is there anything that the city can do in order to encourage the railroad to maintain the
The crossings.
crossing? Yeah, thank you.
I'm not sure. I'd have to go back or look and see what's in the right of way documents and that sort of thing. Given that,
I mean, they were probably there first, so.
yeah.
Can we put some rock between the deals?
Between the rails? Or-
Between from where the street stops and the first track starts. It
It's
holds
there.
water in there.
I know, it's their right of way.
Is that the area you
Yeah.
brought back to council last time? I mean,
It's the dead center of Broadway
right.
Street.
Why, I don't understand why we can't do something to remedy that. I mean, if we have community members, going over it all the time, why are we inhibited from making sure that crossing is safe for people?
Can we let Curtis talk to this maintenance guy from the railroad first? So maybe we can come up with a agreement that, hey, can the city maintain just this little approach on both sides for you? And if, like, maybe knock it off of the lease agreement for the power plant or of some sort, can we
What-
try
what-
that first before we go ahead and
Oh,
fix it?
absolutely. Whatever you can do,
Yeah, we're just gonna start a discussion with them.
persuade them to do that. I mean, that'd be great. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. And worst they'll tell us is no.
Yeah.
The railroad is very strict on their right of way because they were there first and they have the rights to be there legally. And if they make concessions in one place, then other companies or towns will take that concession. And if they made a concession somewhere, then it will change the rights that they own because they weren't strict on the right. So they maintain it like crazy.
And I'm sure they want no liability for, I don't know, an accident or anything that happens.
Yeah,
But, yeah, it's kind of unfortunate.
they are, yeah, it's,
I can see that, what you're saying. I can understand that. But it also feels like it's a big FU to everybody else.
oh,
I mean, that's what it seems like.
it's a big pain in the ass is what
Yeah.
it is, dealing with railroad. It is, period, but that's, I think, why they do it.
We should try.
Agreed.
So I'll stop my proceedings.
Oh, thank God you talk about this first.
Uh,
You almost gave me a heart attack.
Next thing we talked about the Oddfellows North Culvert. It's got a hole about that far from the end of the culvert. It's gonna have to have a new culvert in it. And I told him we're gonna have to get a culvert to get in it. That's on First Street, the north driveway of the Oddfellows. Go by and look at it.
Yeah, I've seen
It's got a
that.
hole in it about that far from the end of the culvert. The
Yeah.
trash trucks have run across it, flat being towed out, and now there's a hole in it. So
And that's in the road right away, it's not Oddfellows.
it's in the alley, or it's in the ditch, which I assume is
It's
a city
in
right
our,
of way.
it's our right of way.
Yeah, it's out.
And also, I visited with him the hole at First Street. It looks to me like we need to shave that eyebrow off and pick it up, and then come back in there and lay some rocks. What the problem is, the semis are cutting the corner, and they're only about that far from off being in a ditch with their back wheels. I'm sure that's what's going on. They're just making it wider on the north side, coming off 281, going west.
Yeah, it always holds water and.
Yep, where it's always, and it's got a hole there, and I had people hollering about it.
Yep.
But that's what it is, they're cutting the corner and it's just biting it off. Well, that's what I visited with Jason about last Saturday morning. And I told him we gotta get them fixed. So, moving on, unless you got questions for me. Police Chief Mike, did that answer your question, Kevin? I tried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Police Chief Mike,
So I went to class all last week. I spoke with a lot of different departments, and I don't, like I said, I don't know if this is feasible, but a lot of the departments a lot of the departments have KP&F instead of capers, but they said that it's helping them with not only acquisition but also retention of officers. They've actually, some agencies have picked up officers that use KP&F instead of capers, and maybe their pay wasn't as great, but this benefit helped them get the officer and also keep other officers. So I think it's something we ought to look at. Like I said, it's just early. I don't know cost of it. I don't know anything, but it's definitely something we should look at, I think.
So I knew working for the city was capers, but I guess I always just assumed that the police and fire was just an automatic. So our police and fire isn't on KP&F
No.
currently.
No.
Okay.
If this was to happen, would capers be
So
written out, or would it be in conjunction with?
So Capers is actually in control of KP&F. It's just a separate.
It's a separate fund. It's
Yeah,
a separate
Yeah,
payout.
it's a separate payout. It's all different. This sheet back here kind of explains it better. It basically, I think the contribution from like the city would be more, and the retirement is actually better.
So the officers and any fire would get both of these,
Not
Oh,
fire.
no,
It's
just
only
police.
full time, so it would only be police.
and they would get both of you.
No.
just
So
one.
capers would roll over into the KP.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what I was trying to. Figure
And I
out.
believe, because I talked to another, well, he's not a chief, but another administration from another police department, and he was almost certain that capers would roll over. So your years of service with capers would roll over into KP&F, and you would keep your years of service. Because instead of capers, you only have to be vested for 5 years. Well, KP&F, it's 15.
Right.
So, but you can also retire earlier. Because, I mean, most officers don't make it 20 years. I mean, it's just not. I
And
mean,
you said that you've heard that the retention on police departments after going with or are currently going with KP&F, that the retention is higher.
yes. Yeah, they
Well,
believe that they used it as a tool to retain officers.
Well, that's good.
So,
Yeah.
and they even said that some officers would come over to them if they took a little bit of cut and pay, not a lot. I mean, still pay. I mean,
Right.
this younger generation, it's all about money now. They don't. I mean, they're not looking at retirement really.
Right.
But they could offer a little less pay and KP&F and usually get that officer. So
Gotcha. Well, it'd definitely be something to look into, and if we decide to go with it, it'd be something to help entice somebody to come here if that's what they're looking to do.
yeah,
That'd be
absolutely.
great. Yeah.
So something to look at.
No,
Here,
absolutely.
there's some more copies, Pam.
Thank you.
Do you have any idea what other cities of our size, are they capers or are they KP&F?
A little of both. Yeah. I know Great Bend switched to KP&F.
Yeah.
I mean, they're bigger, but
What about our county? Are they capers?
They're
They're capers.
mhm.
Yeah. I've had family members that talk good about KPNF. They were highway patrolmen and different things.
Yeah, highway patrol from KPNF.
Do you have, I mean, this is not a question for you probably, but do you have an idea of the health of our capers program in the state? Or is it similar to Social Security nationwide?
Oh, it's bad.
Where it's like, it's just hemorrhaging funds and it's
So
just
I
getting
did
worse.
you can get
Not that we
on-
could do anything about it, I'm just curious.
Right, so you can get on there, and I think average person retiring gets like $1,900 a month
Mhm.
from capers when they retire. I mean, not a huge salary, but
Yeah.
I want to say an average person that's been there like 20, 25 years. So
Maybe call me the younger generation, but I just assume that I'm paying into Social Security and I'll never benefit from it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I just didn't know if Capers was in the same boat or
No,
not.
well, I don't believe so. I think
Okay.
Capers is through. Well, I mean,
It's
I
through
can't
the state
say
of
that.
Kansas.
It's through Kansas, so
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say that they're in the same boat.
I have no idea.
But
Well, council, do you think we should just put this to old business and get a little bit more due diligence on it and move on here?
Yes.
I think it's a good idea, personally.
Yeah, I think we should table it, look at this information, and bring it back at next council meeting, put it under old business.
Yeah, it might be good to. I don't know if this is Pam. If you want to look at what the increase of what we would have to give based on current salary rates of our police department, because it looks like instead of putting in 12.5% of your base pay, you're putting in 23%. So it'll double what we're giving the capers for those individuals, but not for the whole city. So it'd be interesting to see what that number is, and then might just put on the listserv and see how many cities of similar size to us, what they're doing, if it's 50-50 or if we would be one of the only, because that might change opinions too.
Sure.
Yeah. I'd make a motion to add it to old business on future meetings.
Motion on the table, here a second.
Aaron.
Second.
Aaron Reed.
Second by Aaron Raines. Motion made by Aaron Gleason. All in favor? All
Aye.
opposed? Passes 4-0.
I think that's all I have.
You don't have anything in the fire chief's, Mike?
Nope.
Council have anything in the police department or for Mike on the fire chief or the police chief?
Do we want to talk about his carpet?
I think it's on new business, but
New business,
we
yeah.
can talk about it, doesn't matter.
We'll
Either way,
talk about it
you
now
talk
or you
about
wanna wait
carpet?
till?
Yeah.
new
I mean,
business?
it doesn't matter. We can talk about it now.
You have a estimate in,
It's roughly $8,000.
Is this second one a quote as well, or is that something, what is this?
I don't
That's
know what
fire
that is.
hydrant.
That's fire hydrant, okay. I was like, the coding, I had no idea what it was trying to say. Okay.
Abby's carpet.
Just curious. What all, you mentioned ceilings too, right? Up there.
Yeah.
The guys have been busy putting Christmas lights up, so I didn't want to pull them away from that to look at that before. Because I want, if we can fix some of it ourselves, I would rather do the work and then get the estimate of what it's going to take for them to come and finish it if we can.
Okay.
But the guys have been so busy, I haven't had time to ask them to go over there. So
I haven't looked at it, Pam. Is it quite a bit of work where if we approve the carpet, we'll just wait until the ceiling work gets done?
well,
mean,
the bathroom does not have carpet in it, so that whole back room have, what is it,
Just-
linoleum?
Yeah, it's just
Or-
like like stick down tiles or
Yeah, so
Okay.
And is that where the ceiling issue is?
Yeah.
It's just the bathroom, it's
Mhm.
not
Yeah.
all of the ceiling?
something. Right.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
That, well, I guess it's not like this.
yeah.
So we have the funds to pay for this somehow Pam?
Yes.
Already, or not?
Yes,
Okay.
that would be coming out of the Water and Light office since it's part of the city hall. So that way it doesn't affect the general fund as much because we have more room to breathe in the Water and Light fund.
Okay.
Do you know how many square feet is being carpeted up there?
It's everything but my office. Because I think Pam wants to turn that into storage.
Are you opposed to getting another quote?
No.
Just so we have another number to look at. I
No,
know
absolutely.
we just did the church, the Catholic church, and Abby's was 16,000, and for the same Millers and Claflin on that job was like 12. So it was
Yeah, no,
15-20% less.
yeah, I'm good with getting another quote.
Okay. I wouldn't be unless it's like
No,
It has to happen
no,
now.
absolutely not.
I wouldn't mind.
No,
seeing
I was
another number.
actually gonna suggest wait till closer to the end of the year, the first year, to do it anyway. So
I'd say see what Millers, or if anybody. I'm not saying you have to use Millers, but they were cheaper on ours. What
Yeah.
that was. So.
See what you can find, and that way we can get
Sure.
try and get the best price, you know, so.
At least give us another number to look at.
Cool.
Thanks, Mike.
that's all I have, I think.
Any more questions for Mark? Moving on, City Clerk Pam.
I don't have anything unless you guys have questions for me.
I don't.
Is Greg coming back next meeting, maybe?
Yes, his plane got delayed, so he couldn't be here tonight, but he is planning on being here the first meeting in December.
Any other discussion for Pam? Council? Moving on, City Attorney Danny.
I don't have a whole lot. I did talk to Mr. Wentz about the church. He said Mike and Dorothy have the key and they'll get that to us, or get in touch with the city to get the key here. He did say the last item, I thought it was something inside the building that he wanted. He said he put some polycarbonate or plastic over the windows and screwed that over, and he'd like that.
The polycarbonate back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I said I'd talk to you guys and let them know.
Yeah, that's fine.
So,
So you won't need inside anymore for anything.
no, he said there's not anything
Okay.
left in there that he wants.
Can we go ahead and change the locks, just in case there's an extra key floating around
Yeah.
that we don't know about?
Yeah. I don't know. Is there a need to have someone from the city be there when he's taking that polycarbonate off? Just liability reasons.
Probably.
Falls off ladder and says he's on city property.
Yeah, probably wouldn't hurt because I mean he said his knees jacked up. So I don't.
Might just be good to have somebody, even if it's just Mike to observe and have body camera on
Yeah.
or whatever. Just a liability.
Cover our butt.
Yeah, just a CYA.
How high off the ground is what he's taking off?
I'm not sure. He said it's on 10 windows or less, so I don't know if it's just ground floor or where it is.
Might just have him call us when he needs to be there.
Okay.
Any more questions for Danny? From council? Aaron, you got anything for Danny?
Nope, sure don't, sorry.
Moving on, old business, Fifth Street Road, out with White's.
I think we kind of talked about it at the
We
beginning.
kind of talked about the sewer. Any other questions, or you want to talk about it anymore? Fountain, I think Pam got a hold of them.
Are you guys okay with what I proposed here as far as just recreate the worst part?
I mean, probably depends on cost. But
Yeah, that's two, but I mean, I wasn't gonna continue if you think that this is not the best idea. I just want to get something done before the next season, and to do that, we need to start now.
Yeah, I'm fine to look at it.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Anything else on the fountain?
No.
Water well testing, they tested, and I haven't heard anything about the results yet, but I will share that with you as soon as I do. Have you heard anything, Pam? So, that's all I know on that.
Okay.
The Port Authority,
That was our 30-minute executive session, so.
okay, extension of sewer and water mains on West Street. We got a bid from EBH to do 1 manhole and 2 manholes. I reached out to Pam, I don't know, it's been 3 or 4 days ago, and asked her just point blank what kind of money we had to do this project. And we kind of come up with, she said she could come up with about 100,000 to do this. And I got to thinking, so I called an engineer out of Great Bend to come down, because I think we can make this happen for a lot cheaper by doing it in-house. And this engineer and inspector, he can engineer it and inspect it, and he's supposed to be getting us a quote together. And I told
Which
Jason,
engineering
who
company is he
it's,
with?
I can't remember the guy's name's Coleman. I've got the stuff in the pickup. I forgot to bring it in. But I told Jason to do some checking around to see what the pipe is going to run. And I'll pass this around. You guys can look. There's the estimate that he come up with by buying the pipe through the city and doing it in-house. I had Kevin come in tonight, because me and him talked earlier today, and I see no reason why we couldn't do this simple sewer project. It's about 750 foot, 2-man ways. The engineer would engineer it and inspect it and do it in-house. I think we can save quite a bit of money.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have the capability of doing a lot of the work, and even if some of it needs to be contracted for just KDHE, I mean, I think between some of our local guys,
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Kansas Dirt or Davis Electrical or whoever,
Chris Mandel, I think, can probably run some concrete if we need concrete around them.
I think the key is whatever KDHE requires for stamped drawings and as-bills
That's
and
what
inspection.
your engineer is going to make it.
I mean, we just need to be above board on all those pieces.
He's licensed with them, the
So-
same as EBA. He's an individual. He's with gosh damn, it's in the pickup.
What
They're
is
out of
his-
Marysville.
Does he tell you what his
They're
cost
in
is
Marysville.
as far
He's getting us
as?
an estimate together and going to get it to you or Jason.
Okay.
And Jason should have been here, but he's not here. But we talked to him at the same time.
Okay. Because
The only hiccup in this whole deal is there's a water well.
Is it CES? Does that sound right? CES Group?
I wrote it down in the paper on the pickup. I can't tell you what it was. There too many things going on at the same time.
It's
It's
So
out of
what's the
Marysville.
issue with the, you said there's only one issue.
There's a water well approximately 10 foot away from where this sewer line's gonna go, that he uses to irrigate his yard. And the engineer that I was talking to said the best thing would be to do is just move his well, and that'd eliminate the problem. So that's gonna be an extra approximately $5,500 to put a new well down and hook the plumbing or the electric and tie it in. But we're gonna have, he's the engineer that I talked to, he's gonna do some checking on state regs to see whether he can we can put that on a little angle and get it far enough away from the water well that it'll be okay. It's only about 10 foot.
Okay,
approximately.
so,
And it's right behind, Richard's house. Right, about right there.
So, I think the first issue we probably need to cover,
option A or option B?
well, I think the first issue is that we don't have utility right of way. That was confirmed, that we do not have utility right of way.
I didn't see anything, and I went back, and then it was vacated in 1905, and I didn't run every, full title all the way through, but I didn't see anything looking at it that looked like we had a right.
I don't think it'd be a problem to get an easement
And I think you
across
probably,
that property.
because we have sewer main up to here,
We got, the last sewer main's about right
it's
here.
here, right? Wherever it's at.
Right
But that
there, the
blue
end of the
is
pipe
shown.
is right there, approximately.
You would, if we vacated that, I mean, I don't know adverse possession law, but you probably have adverse possession at least to where the sewer main is.
Well, looking at this, I'm kind of surprised I didn't see something on that, because you think if we ran the sewer there should be something.
Well, I'm surprised the plat map from '86 shows it, if we vacated it in '05. That's what I was surprised when,
Yeah.
in Pam's email or in the.
Yeah, well,
footnotes.
that's where I spent a lot of time from 86 forward thinking,
That's
for some
where it
reason
was
that date was,
vacated.
was in my head, so it's gotta be,
Yeah.
and then finally see the plat, and it cites the 1905 session laws, and that's when it was vacated, so.
Because that's the first step, is we can't do anything until you have the right to be there. So that's gonna be survey. You're gonna spend,
Well, the engineer that I talked to will have to survey it to get the estimate put together.
sure.
And EBH has put all this together, the city hasn't hired them to do this or anything.
No, I mean, I assume it's the same as like the Fish Street Road. When Joel came and talked to us, he said, we do this for cities all the time. We provide what we believe the estimate will be. We help you with writing the grants, and in hopes it's in good faith that we've earned your business to do the engineering on the project. So I think it's the same thing here, is they're providing support to help you estimate, in hopes that we would hire them as their service. So they've done quite a bit for us in the past, not just this year. I mean, they've done a lot in the last 2 years for us, but between Fifth and the design for the generator.
Now, we do have the same, like I put in my report, that we do have the same options as the engineer that Bob talked to, that if we just want to have Mike get us the plans and stuff up to the KDHE, and then we do the work in-house, that's an option as well. But I would, if your engineer is cheaper, then there's no reason to not explore that options.
That's totally up to council.
Yeah.
I mean, competition's never bad. To get an engineer to stamp and design anything, I don't think the 6,500 is crazy. And I think the survey construction staking will be 3,000 to 5,000 like they've got. And then as far as observation goes, I doubt they're any cheaper than $150 an hour like EBH. So my guess is it will be very similar.
He did say it's depending on who gets out here to do the observation. Like if we have Mike come out here, obviously he's an engineer, so his rate will be higher. If it's like the person beneath him, it'll be about like $90 depending on who gets out here.
I'd say the cheapest to meet KDHE standards. I mean,
Yeah.
That's,
Would you guys be obtaining the idea of maybe running the main from Nutting instead of trying to get the easement and taking out those trees, maybe having to move the water well? We would already have the easement down that road.
south is a gravel road, isn't it?
Yes.
It's
What?
not paved.
It's not paved, no. So that might, like, what do you guys think of that option?
I'm not familiar with what you're talking
She's saying there's a manhole right here.
See,
So instead of running it back through our old easement,
yeah,
you'd run it in our road right of way and utility easement.
because we
and
would already
across
have
to
the
here.
easement through all of that. Then the distance would be just about the same from running it from this to this. Would just be coming in from this to this. And we wouldn't have to mess with trying to get the easement for utilities from here since we don't have any.
That would probably be cheaper, wouldn't it? I mean, I don't know the pros and cons or.
I
You
don't
see
know
anything about-
enough.
You'd save, if you had, I mean, tree removal,
And I don't,
$1,000 or $2,000,
Moving
moving the
well.
well, I mean, you'd be saving that money anyways.
and then what,
I think there's more risk running parallel with the road instead of at the alley, but just more traffic and stuff.
yeah.
And you add another road crossing to our sewer system, but I mean, there's road crossings all over town, so.
I don't see a problem with exploring it. Or taking
about. Like I say, I don't think there'll be an issue getting an easement across here. There's got to be an easement where that manway is, I would think. And wherever that manway was put in 1900 or whatever it was, you're not gonna take it out.
No, that's what I'm saying, is if the easement doesn't exist, I think you have a case for adverse possession, as far as that's concerned. We're not gonna rip it out, and those property owners are tied into it with laterals, so it's in their benefit to not tear it out too. So,
Right.
I mean, you're not gonna get a big fight, but
There has been complaint from this neighbor right here that the significant other does not want the tree out. And she make a comment of if we are gonna go out and take the trees, then
Which-
she won't
which
pay
neighbor
for
is
it.
well, she's not gonna get paid for it. It's
No.
not her property.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
that's
an
just-
easement, yeah. But they, that's the only complaint that I got from that is that they,
The neighbor to the west.
yes,
I talked to Greg.
his wife is the one that's not okay with it.
Oh,
She doesn't wanna see into the backyard of us.
Yes. So that's the only
Which is a
complaint
fair-
I have
I
from
mean,
that.
Can understand the concern, not trying to dismiss that, but
Yeah.
if it's not on your property, then
No.
you don't really have a say. You can plant some trees
Closer,
10 feet to the
yeah,
west.
Closer.
Or you run the whole thing through their property and you don't mess with moving the water well. Like if you jog it out that way on the other side of the tree line, then the trees stay there.
It'll be more expensive to buy that right away.
by what, the right away from him?
No, I'm just saying, if you come out of what would normally be a property line, rather than just being an easement, you're reducing their property,
Property,
and so
yeah.
inherently, I mean, depends on who's, if you're a really good convincer, you can pay the exact same price, but if I'm that property owner, I'm saying you're gonna owe me a lot more money if you're gonna cut my property off, rather than being
Well,
on the
I mean, it
edge.
wouldn't be, it'd be an easement and the line would be underground. It's just you'd have the potential at some point the city's gotta come through there, dig it up, fix it, repair it, whatever.
Yeah.
But
I know if I'm the property owner, you're gonna pay me more for it.
go on the other guy's property and you're gonna lose your trees.
Yeah, I'm just.
But yeah,
I like how you negotiate.
Yeah, hey, yeah, I'm glad you're on our team, I guess.
but
Boy, the dark side is strong with this one.
And guess what? I'd still feel like I won because I didn't lose my.
You're only gonna, you're gonna cross 149 foot of his property. Of Richard, whatever his name
Lawson.
is, Lawson.
Would it help if me and Jason sit down and see what it's gonna cost to bring it from the street up to that, and versus what's gonna cost to take all the trees out, move the water well potentially to see if there's like a different. If it come out to be about the same, then it doesn't matter which route we go.
Do you remember what the depth of this manhole was?
7 foot and 6 inches.
This one here. No, the one on south, not the one back.
Oh, I don't know what that one is. I
Mike
don't
did
have
say
any
it's
idea.
the same. It's
This
the
one
same.
here's 7
Yeah,
foot 6.
it's the same.
So there's enough room for fall to go through.
The only thing that my thinking, if you run the pipe on over the edge of this Midwest Energy lot, if you ever want to go on down here, you've already got your pipe run, you've got a manway right there on the side of that.
Well, we can still do that if we run it this way, come this way, and then add another one here.
Yeah, you're just gonna have a bend in the sewers though.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be a straight shot.
Yeah.
Kevin, do you have
490s is a blockage.
input?
Oh, like they just talked about, like it's 130 feet shorter to come from the alley on Nutting. And you don't have to do any easement work, you already own everything. You could come put a manhole right in the center of West Street. It's gotta be cheaper, I would think, to do it that way. But you don't get to develop any more. Everything there already has sewer, where you're extending it. You know, all those go to the alley already.
I mean, if we had guaranteed development, running it here would be the way to do it, so you do have a straight shot. But I don't know. How long has the city owned the 25 acres by the water plant, and nobody's ever approached us to develop anything there?
That I don't know.
Coming on 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not platted, it's not advertised as such, but the city owns it, and if somebody wanted a lot, they'd sell them a lot there, and it's never been developed. So,
Yeah.
I want a future plan and make it right, but I also, if it's significantly cheaper, then I don't know.
Well, I think it doesn't hurt, like I said earlier, for you, Jason, to do a little bit of research on it and bring numbers. I mean, the worst that'll happen is this, we just don't go that route.
So where is Midwest Energy on time frame? Like, when do we need to?
Their
meet?
building's gonna, these buildings gonna be in there, he said sometime in April. He's got some time.
Okay. So
Not too much though, because you gotta have engineered drawings and. And then he kind of alluded to being willing to pay for some. I mean,
What we talked about the amount that they are comfortable with, but I can't remember
Well,
how much.
He was talking about running the water line, which was, he thought was $8,000 or $10,000, I think, if I remember right.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But I think the water line, I wish Jason was here because he said there's a 2-inch line that goes on the west side of that blacktop. Or I mean of that
Of West Street.
West Street. He's got it marked down there. So that would only be an 8-foot piece of X and a man or a can.
So back on the cost comparison thing, are we all on the same page as far as getting the manhole, like another manhole here, like put one here? I mean, obviously put one here and then here. Or do we just want to bring it to Midwest Energy and not worrying about going across for now? Because obviously it's gonna be, we're gonna have two different numbers, and I wanna make sure that I'm
Don't
getting the
go
number.
across.
Don't go across.
It's just gonna be too expensive.
That's 66 one.
So, Okay.
I think you either go here or you go to the street here.
okay, so we're not, okay,
And if, I think at most, you would get Midwest to sign an agreement for utility right of way through their lot. That would be the most. I don't think we build anything, but then if you did want to do that in future plan, you would just have the rights to extend it later.
okay,
But that's only if you go this route, because if you come off of South and Nutting, or Nutting's, the alley there, you would just come to the street. And they would run their lateral to the
to
street.
the street,
And then if you extended to more businesses out here, you would run your sewer down the street,
okay,
not down the middle of his lot. So you wouldn't even need the easement that way.
okay.
The only reason you would need the easement is if you actually get the easement through here as well.
So then wouldn't it make more sense just to come from Nutting to West and just be done with it?
I'm leaning that way personally, but
Yeah, I think
Because
so.
I don't
That
think
would-
it future plans, but like I said, I'm not a sewer engineer, but I feel like that gets them a sewer connection.
And then if there's a future development, there's another manhole here that we can run this way too, if that's ever happened.
Yeah. I think that's the most prudent thing to do, but that's
Like
my
it's
opinion.
gonna be the cheapest, and I mean, I don't wanna take away from possibility of future development, but your bank, you're gonna
You're
spend
spending double
more,
probably.
yeah, you're gonna spend more money for something that may never happen,
Right.
but we can.
And it's not like future development is shut off because we're doing this.
Yeah,
It's
we'll
just,
if something else wants to go there, then I guess we'll have to.
we'll have to
adapt
face that
at that
when we
time.
get there, yeah.
Yeah, just deal with it when it comes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'll bring the cost of running it from Nutting to West next meeting. Are we all agree on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're still gonna need an engineer, we're still gonna need survey,
Right.
we're still gonna need inspection, but I think if Jason's comfortable with it, with maybe some help from local guys, then let's try to do it in-house and make it a reasonable price.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Is this a half a block or is this a block?
Half
This
a
is half
block.
a block, so you'd run to a manhole here.
Okay, how far is that?
130 foot, you thought?
No, it was 130 feet less. It's 240. From center alley to center street.
240 feet.
Approximately. I mean, that's just it's not stretching the tape.
Yeah, because that was 360. This is 360 from here to here, so this is 240. So it's 2/3. It's 33% less on materials and less distance.
Will you give me your engineer's card?
Yeah,
I bet it's that CES, Coleman Engineering.
CS.
CES,
that's probably what it is.
Coleman Engineering Services. It was out of Marysville when I Googled it.
Okay. Okay. We will keep going then.
Okay, what am I supposed to tell Brett? Yeah, Brett with Midwest Energy.
I'll tell him. I'll
Okay.
email him.
You're gonna call him?
Yeah.
Okay. I talked to him this morning.
Okay, yeah, I'll call him tomorrow.
We had a meeting down here this morning.
Okay.
Okay, moving on to new business. Ordinance 1103-25, property rezoning for Midwest Energy.
I would like your permission to get this ordinance passed so we can officially rezone the property from residential to industrial for Midwest Energy.
Were there any notes from their open session? They just suggested to do it from the planning commission. or zoning?
There is a meeting minutes that I can provide.
No, I just didn't know if there was any. I assume if they didn't have anybody show up, that it was pretty.
There was some neighbors around the area that have shown up and listened to the meeting and have some questions regarding noise, the outside storage and that kind of stuff. What's the building's gonna look like, if there's gonna be a fence all around it, and they were satisfied when they left
Okay.
of what Midwest Energy is gonna do, so.
Was Midwest Energy there as
Yes.
well? That's good.
And no protest letter,
No.
as you said.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would make a motion that we accept the St. John City Planning Commission's,
To rezone,
suggestion or
recommendation.
their recommendation. That's the word I was looking for. Sorry. I'd make a motion that we accept the recommendation of the City Planning Commission to accept ordinance number 1103-25 to rezone. I don't know. Is there an address?
There's not an address yet.
But rezone the lot on West Street for that Midwest Energy is planning to build on from residential R1 to I1 industrial.
Second.
Motion on the table and motion by Aaron Gleason, a second by Mark Bryant. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Passes 4-0. We talked about that.
So there,
Request for a fire hydrant and valve.
yep, so the quote from Core and Main is for the fire hydrant. Jason used our last spare one on the corner of 7th and West. He would like to get it purchased, so just in case we have an emergency and we need to replace, because the turnaround time on these is about a month.
How often do we replace a fire hydrant?
Not very often.
I was gonna say. Yeah, but we need one. I'd make a motion to order a fire hydrant and valve as a spare to keep around when needed from Core and Main in the amount of $6,163.89.
Second.
Got a motion on the table by Aaron Gleason, second by Mark Bryant. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Passes 4-0. Any other thing we need to talk about before we adjourn?
I'd make a motion to adjourn regular council meeting November 18th, 2025.
Motion on the table here, second. Second by Mark Bryant. Motion by Aaron Gleason. All in favor? All opposed? Meeting's over. Passes